Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new Arthur card to review today, a new Nation player card. We're taking a look at someone who is 5'7", medium work rates, right-footed, 4-star skills with a 3-star weak foot. So right off the bat, by default, this is a card that I would use in a 3 midfield setup, mostly playing in that right center mid position. The lack of weak foot is definitely very underwhelming for sure. I definitely think that EA could have given him that 4-star weak foot improvement, but it is what it is. Player traits in game, he has the technical dribbler trait, which could have something to do with him in game, to be honest, because maybe the dribbling is a little bit different. Because, guys, there's some cards that I use with a technical dribbler trait. They do this, like, crazy close control dribbling thing, right? So, pace in game, he's at 93 for acceleration, 88 for sprint speed. I can understand why people are going to be giving him an anchor chemistry style because of the little bit of a pace boost while boosting his defense as well as his physical. As you guys know, when it comes to me checking out cards in FIFA, I just give them as much pace as possible because, guys, he's a 5'7" player. The physical, I just don't feel like you're going to notice that much. Like, the thing that you'll notice the most when it comes to small players like this is going to be aggression, in my opinion, right? So the fact that it's already at a 93 is already good enough for me, and like when it comes to the way that these cards will perform in game. So base card stats for shooting, 90 attacking positioning to work with a medium attacking work rate, 84 finishing at 94 shot power. Again, very important that his shot power is as high as it is with 92 long shots. Base card stats for passing also set up really nicely on this card with a 3-star weak foot too. Dribbling for base card stats, all in the high 90s except for agility at an 86. Even reactions at a 93 is pretty nice with 98 composure. He should be able to dribble well in game. Like, even though he has an average body type, I don't think the 86 agility will affect him too much in regards to just dribbling properly in game, but obviously, we'll see. Base card stats for defending is set up a certain way where, again, because of the shadow chemistry style, we'll be giving him a 99 for sliding tackles as well as a 99 for interceptions. Again, if you give him an anchor, it's lower by a +5 or a -5 for sliding tackles, but it's just a 1 difference for the interceptions, but you give him all the physical stats. Jumping, strength, aggression, he's already small, so I just don't really care too much for it personally, right? So with this card in game, we're going to be trying him out with a 4-1-2-1-2. So we're going to be lined up like this. We're going to do the 4-1-2-1-2, which is, I think, here. Yeah. So 4-1-2-1-2. Arthur will play over here. Kulusevski up top with Ronaldo. Bernardeschi, Chiesa. Some of these players I need to switch because of, for the sake of like what it's lined up with. Oh, I could put Giorgio Chiellini here actually. Just switch him with Vidal. Yeah. Switch that off. Alexandro. Cool. Yeah, I could totally do that actually. That works. Tactics will do press after possession loss like this. A little bit lower. Yeah, that should be fine. Fast build up, 5 and 5. 1 and 1. Instructions, stay forward. Bang, bang, bang. And we should be good to go. Cool. All right, so let's go try out this Arthur card. Hopefully he's a beast. Ooh, let's go, Arthur. I didn't even realize I was controlling him there. I just did a slide tackle like normally, and he still got that. Oh. I wanted to do that skill move to get on the inside right there. Almost worked, almost worked. Oh. Okay, okay. Take it easy there, my boy. Take it easy. Listen, like I said, man, shot power being high, always very important. He gets a good near post angle right there. Takes a good strike. Nice goal. Why does he still have a default face? Is it? It's because of the Juve players, it's right. Default for the win on Arthur. I think it's a default, right? I'm pretty sure it is. First time? Ooh, Arthur. Where's Arthur? Okay, so with the left stick dribbling, I feel it more in the responsiveness of my left stick, the agility being a little bit low. But it's still pretty solid, actually. So it's one of those things where, as you guys are watching it, it looks a little bit more agile than me controlling it, I think. But I do notice it for sure at an 86. I guess it's because of the average body type, too. But like I said, as a midfielder, it's not a big deal, to be honest. Yeah, that was a good shot cancel right there. I wanted to test out what he would do under pressure. That one's a little bit strange. I definitely feel like he should do a little bit better, considering the stats that he has, but... yeah, I try to do the same thing there again with the half croqueta into the shot right away. Didn't work out, though. Oh, man, I thought he actually was able to score that. That was weird. To be fair, you know, Arthur was pretty aggressive there with his pace. And, you know, situations like that, guys. Like, that's why I always tell you guys, I prefer the pace over the physical. Like, the physical wasn't really the issue of him not getting it there. Like, players being able to shoot in front of you is just like a really bad FIFA mechanic sometimes. But obviously that aggressiveness with the pace that he has was great to work with there. Yeah, so right there I'm trying to test out his left stick responsiveness in regards to dribbling. It's not the craziest. So I do believe, and I didn't think I was going to, but I do believe that the 86 agility will affect the card from time to time if you really want that responsive dribbling. Noticed that on a few occasions with him, but it's something that you just have to understand when doing a card like this. As a midfielder, like I said, it's not a big deal at all. It's just that if I want to force myself into certain situations with him, being able to dribble quickly is just one of those things that I'm not going to be able to do with him on a consistent basis, right? So what I'm noticing with Arthur, like most midfielders in this game that are medium work rated, he's not really the type to aggressively push back as much as someone like a high. There are a few players that have the medium work rates. There are a few players that have the medium work rates that do track back really nicely. Like Amiri was one of those cards, and it surprised me when I was reviewing him that he was doing it on such a consistent basis. But that's why I said that this Arthur card is more like a card that you use in a 3 midfield setup, because that's going to be your more balanced-oriented midfielder, right? Oh, man, I have to score those. I have to. I probably have to do like a half croqueta into a rainbow flick elastico. It's okay. We got the long shot here. Oh, my God. That deflection was crazy. Cards like this, guys, like, I don't mind using them on balance instructions, right? But for me to make them a little bit more usable in the meta of this game, I actually like to keep them on stay back while attacking, stay on the edge of the box. Kind of like a Xavi card, right? Like, for me to make Xavi feel more usable, I like to use him in that way too. But at the end of the day, like, a balance is perfectly fine for him, because you should expect that out of a card like him at medium, with the way that he performs in game. Anyways, guys, when I say that a card doesn't, you know, move back as aggressively as a high work rate player, doesn't mean that they never do it. They definitely do it sometimes, right? But if you ever use someone like Bruno Fernandes in your team, or you use someone like a... Oh, hello. Nice ball roll there. If you ever use someone like a Bruno Fernandes, or you use a Renato Sanchez, like, those guys equally push up just as much as they push back, and that balance is super nice to work with, of course. His shooting is actually coming off really nicely, to be fair. I do like it. It actually wouldn't be a bad idea to give him a Hunter chemistry style, since, like, you're not going to really notice him as much defensively, you know? Got the timing there. Got the timing there. What's his penalties like? Does he have high penalties? 84? Perfect. Too much power? Oh, let's put less power into that, eh? Word, word, word. Okay guys, so final verdict on the new Arthur card. So we gave him a Shadow Chemistry style to boost his pace and defending as much as possible while working with some pretty decent stats in the other areas of the card. So some of the things that I noticed with Arthur in game is that the 86 agility does affect the card, which I didn't think it would because of him being a 5'7" player, but welcome to the left stick dribbling of FIFA nowadays. 5'7" with the average body type does affect the card with the 86 agility for those really clear-cut moments where you want to left stick dribble really quickly, right? So those moments, that's why we force it out of the cards in the player views to see if I can do it on a consistent basis. It does affect the card in regards to responsiveness, right? Like when you use a player like Awar in the center mid position, right? If you take a look at his dribbling stats are all above 90s, right? So you don't really encounter a problem like that with him because above 90s with the lean body type, you're going to experience good dribbling in that center mid area. And to be fair, you could pretty much play as an attacker if you really want to with Awar as well. Arthur's not going to offer that to you. In regards to some other things, so he's also a medium work rated player, which is very obvious in game, I think. With the medium work rates, he does sometimes attack, he does sometimes defend, but he doesn't do it on a basis like Renato Sanchez or Bruno Fernandes, cards that push up the pitch, come back down the pitch really quickly. The thing that you always want to test out is things that you notice right away, like Amiri. I think when I was doing his review, I saw it right away. Like he tracked back so many times, and it surprised me because I think he was also a medium work rate player. And I think in that review, I actually said he was a high, like the way that he feels in game, because of the way that he was defending and attacking really nicely. I do think that his attacking AI is pretty decent. I think that his defensive AI is okay. But the medium work rate, again, is noticeable in game. I gave him a shadow because, like I said, I think pace is a hugely important thing in the game nowadays. Acceleration, sprint speed being as high as possible is definitely very nice. You can give him an anchor chemistry style for sure. But like I said, for me, because he's a small player already at 5'7", I don't really feel like I'm going to notice that big of a difference with his physical, in my opinion. Maybe you will because of the average body type, but it wouldn't be worth it in my opinion, right? So again, just from my experience of using cards in this game, I would still give him a shadow to make him as fast as possible, right? And I would just work off of his base card stats for his physical, because I always feel like I notice that more than I notice anything else. In regards to the price of the SBC, I do think he's expensive for what he offers in game. The only way that this SBC would be worth this price is if all of his dribbling stats were above 90, like Awar. Even if he's an average body type, I do feel like the agility would need to be increased. But I also feel like it would have to have a 4-star weak foot and high medium work rates or high work rates, right? Because medium for me is a very like stagnant work rate unless the player himself surprises me like Amiri's card, which it didn't with Arthur. If he was a high medium, he's a little bit more attacking oriented, that would be like a cool variable to have in the team, because if I have that consistency with his attack and not so much in the defense, at least it's not a medium, right? Although, like I said, his attack, he does actually push up the pitch nicely because of the 90 attacking position, so it's not like he doesn't do it at all. It would just be a personal preference of mine to have with this card on the pitch, right? So I don't think he's worth the price of the SBC. Like I said, I think agility would need to be increased. The 4-star weak foot would need to be a thing. Even if they didn't increase the work rate and it was a medium, it would be okay, but I feel like those things would need to be increased in order for the price to be worth it. So I do think it's an expensive SBC for what he offers in-game, but it's still a pretty cool card regardless if you actually want to use him in that center mid area as one of your 3 midfielders. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.